all the time people say, but they say we are on a frolic of our hopes. You know, we've got a minister that has given us the direction and the direction we are taking. And we are very glad as management that you have always supported us. Together with the board, Chairperson, we'd like to thank you very much. These challenges are always problematic. I know you slept too well this morning. This is the kind of work that we do at RAF when we want to espouse this value of excellence. And this value of accountability is very important in what we do. But we're never going to be able to do this as management and minister without the support of the board, but also the support of the department. The department has been very, very helpful in this regard. We've been taken to court, the department was there. Every time we pick up the phone and call the DG, is always there to assist us. Thank you very much, DG, for that. And much more important, the staff of Providence. People say these are the most corrupt people. It's because they corrupt, but most of them are very happy. It's very important that we thank them very much. And I would have been failing in my duty to not acknowledge the support of Minister, which is the biggest union here, recognized union here. So we'd like to thank them for all the support that they've given us. They've asked people to give us the space and to do the work, and we are seeing it in what we do. And we are quite grateful for everyone. People don't sit here. We work very, very hard, and we'll continue to work hard to make sure that we place RAF as one of the best entities. We strive for that. They were saying we are one of those. We want to be one of those. So we were the black sheep of the family. We are watching ourselves. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, CEO. I think we all really appreciate your honest reflection and your detailed presentation, just giving us context as to the current position of the Road Accident Fund and the future that I must admit it seems quite bright for the RAF. And I think what we've gleaned from what you said is that collaboration really is key, and that a multi-pronged approach is what is going to see us cross over to the other side and no longer be the black sheep, as you said, become the white sheep, as it were. And it is a very political statement if we look at race relations, but I will resist the urge to go in there and rather move on to Q&A. Ladies and gentlemen of the media, do we have any questions at the moment? I must also just say that the minister will field some of those questions if they are there. You'll also delegate, of course, and hand over to the chairperson, the CEO, and maybe even the Director General of the Department of Transport. So if we have any questions at the moment, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. Offenses team or SABC News. There were some law firms that were listed to have claimed some. Thank you so much. Offenses team or SABC News. There were some law firms that were listed to have claimed some double, on behalf of their clients from RAF, and they were listed. Most of, I think it was 20 or 30 of them. What has happened since they were listed? Have they, some of them paid back the money? How many have paid back the money? Sure.
All right, thank you so much. Offense, do we have any other hands? I'm going to ask that we take perhaps 3 or 4 at the same time, so we can ask the principals to come to the podium in their response.
Good morning, Mzulem Langeni, SABC Radio News. In terms of your in-house, you let go of the legal panel. How is the process going of the in-house claims? And have you received all the files? I know there was a challenge with receiving files from the attorneys. How many of those files have you received so far? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Do we have another hand, ladies and gentlemen? Doesn't look like it. Thank you so much. So I'm going to call upon the CEO, perhaps take us through those 2 questions. And then Minister will
give the chair a summary.
Okay, perfect. I don't think this mic is on.
Thank you very much for those questions. We had 102 law firms that were reported to the LGC. I must emphasize that.
You must, the abbreviation is LGC.
No, the Legal Practice Council System, which is what Common Law Society, which is where lawyers are regulated in terms of the Legal Practice Act. The 102 law firms were reported because we had paid double payments, and those double payments were not paid. And I want to explain how the double payments are paid. They happen as a consequence of the invoices, where they would go and attach our bank account and pay themselves, and they are in the process of being paid. Just within a short period of time, before we reconcile, they've been paid twice. Instead of taking this money and bringing it back to RAF, they have not been doing it over there. We come, we find out that there's been double payments. It was not 102 law firms, it was more than 200 law firms. Most of them agreed to pay back this money, and the 102 were recalcitrant in the sense that they refused to pay, so we reported them. We are glad to announce that I think we have got about less than 20 now that happened. We had a case in the North Gauteng High Court on Thursday, where we were asking that they should not be paid any money until such time they return our account. But we're also asking that it would be important for them to hand over their trust accounts to be managed by someone else. So the court must appoint someone else before we pay, because why would we not get the money back if it's there? They don't tell us what they did. Others were claiming that they took the money and they paid to other creditors of RAF. That's not their job. That's our job that we should be doing. So those are 102 law firms as they are. There are less than 20 now as we speak. Much more of the money has been collected, and we are thankful that we are managed to do that. But Minister, we are still reconciling as we go forward. So the fact that they are paid now does not mean they don't owe us. So we are going back, and they've been asking Minister, how long back? For as long as you owe us. It can be 10 years, but once we realize that you have been paid twice and you got money you don't deserve from the rules in front of you. How is the in-house things going? It has been going very well. It has all its own teething challenges, obviously. Lawyers for the first time refused to give us our file. For the first time in South Africa, where a lawyer forces himself on a file. Trust is sacrosanct, as been found by the full bench of the North Gauteng High Court that was led by Justice Kolaka. It's very clear that they should have returned those files. We have received 97,000 of those files. There were supposed to be at least 190,000 files, so we received only 97,000 of those files. What we have done, we have tried to recreate those files, because we are not even sure whether when we receive these files now, they will still be in the order that they were when we asked for them. There was no rationale why we are not given those files. And we are not going to be paying for things that we don't understand, so that's how we're going to be dealing with this going forward. But what we've done, we have now reconstituted some of those files as we move forward. But our model with the state attorney is starting to work in earnest. We have got different people in different regional offices. That is now going to be provincial offices that are going to deal with these issues. And we must understand that this is in 5% of the time. 95% of the time, RAF will be sent in the States. There is no need to litigate where we know. But we also know that there are fraudulent things. And it looks like the majority of them, that's why they don't have any information. And people have been putting us under pressure all the time to settle, because they know they've got fraudulent. Because that's why they don't want to give us more information for us to be able to settle this matter in 120 days. It's shocking, Minister, that a person can say I'm representing a claimant who needs help now. But when we say give us the information to help them, like now, they say no, we'll give you the information later. So it's something that we're going to be dealing with. We are willing to battle this thing on, and it's clear that the battle lines are drawn on this one. But we are used to this battle. If it's a battle we must fight, it's an honest battle. For us, it's important that it's also our moral obligation to make sure that RAF remains sustainable as we go forward. And I think it's important that we see it from that perspective. It's not because we just want to battle, but when the battle comes, there's nothing we can do if the direction we are going is